Okay, we are live on the air with Stunt. This is a continuation of the last video from 6 o'clock, 6 and 9. We need to do this. Back on there. Come on. Okay, what the heck's going on here? We gotta shut this down. Mute. And go back here. And we'll close this. And we'll take the banner off. All right, we're good to go. Let's get the chat box opened up so I can see you just in case. I'll stay on for an hour unless somebody comes in and talks to me. Otherwise, I can't. It's just too hard to talk for hours and hours and hours. So what I did was on the flap, like I was telling you, is I extended the checker around the end on both sides with the tape and tape it all up, and now that's what we're doing on this side. And as soon as I get this done, we'll lay out the stripe so I can lay out the XL, and we'll probably get to paint that before this before I end the stream for tonight. But I want to get this. I want to get this taped off here. Hopefully we're close. It's close there. Yeah, it's not too bad. So we're in good shape. So even though it's close, I'm going to go ahead and use the blue fine line around the edges. Got one viewer. Hopefully somebody will come in and talk to me. It's rather boring just to watch me, I'm sure. So I'm doing the same thing that I did on the other side, where detailing out the checkerboard. I learned this in the Navy. Maybe I'll pass it on or whatever. I'll show you with a piece of masking tape. If you want to make a 90-degree turn with tape, and you're having a hard time, how you do that is you get a razor blade like this, and it's so fast, so simple. And let me make sure you can see. And you lay out a piece of tape down where you're going to go, and you lay your razor blade on there at approximate 45, and you just tear back into it, and it makes a point. Then you can take your tape like so, put it on the point, tape it down, and leaving it overlap right on the point, tear it up, and you have a perfect corner. It's real simple to do, but a lot of people have a hard time with the simple things. And that's how I do some of that. So, let me turn it this way so I can finish taping off this end here. And then we're going to lay out the XL, and I'm going to paint that. I already have cleaned up the airbrush, so you don't have to wait on that. But I want to get this, I want to get these taped off one at a time, because if I don't, after the blue tape, there's the way over there. We got anybody on there yet? Come on, guys, help me out. Get a webcam. They ain't very expensive. $10. So I'm just making it so I have a nice clean line on these checks to go around the end of the flap. And I don't know if it's going to work. I've never done it this way. But it looks like it'll work. In order for me to keep this stream open more than an hour, I'm going to have somebody come on in, because I cannot talk to myself for an hour. Bug, also bug. Hey, we got Chris right in. How you doing, Chris?
Good. How you doing?
Good. What do you think? Does it look all right?
Looks pretty good.
I'm just, doing these checkerboards. I had to lay them out a little different than you did. I cut them up into bounding boxes and then laid them up, and now I'm going around the leading and trailing edges so it doesn't look like a piece of junk.
Oh, okay.
And the chickens, or what are these anyway?
What, I can't see it. The chickens?
Yeah.
I don't know. I found them on a Google image. I'm calling them falcons.
Okay, well, I'm not sure I can get the chickens on there because I have the muffler sticking out on the other side.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So,
put them on the tail or on the fuse.
No.
Okay.
I'm glad you're on here though, because we got a decision. I got a decision to make.
Okay.
I need 2 different size USAs. Now, the way my paint job is going to go is the top of this right here, about 1 inch wide, is going to be red, and then reverse. Can you see this okay?
Yeah. Stand a little bit to your left.
Okay,
yeah.
This is going to be red, and then we'll peel this off and be the white XLs on there. Now, I have an option of a big USA like this, which is rather large, or the small one.
I go with the small one because the XL is the main focus. Don't you think?
I don't know. Now,
Go ahead.
on the XL, I have to do these stripes first, and then paint the red, mark out the red, so that I can index the XL. Where does this go?
Oh, well, I put the Junar on first.
How could you do that?
Well, I did. I guess I didn't put it on first. I measured where I was going to put the Junar first to make sure I liked where it was, and then I put the XL where I felt looked good against the Junar. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I kind of did it based on that.
Well,
Because I wanted the numbers on the other side to be, to look proportional.
Well,
I can measure it for you if you'd rather have me just measure it really fast.
no, because my letters are different.
Oh, yeah.
But see, I'm thinking that's going to be about where it goes, right there, just like that. But I don't want to put it on there until I have the red stripe on it.
Yeah. Yeah, what I did the stripe you're talking about that goes back to the elevator.
Right.
Yeah, I did all that first before I even did the XL. But why do you have to do the XL now?
I don't.
Oh, yeah, because I had to do the XL was the first thing I actually did because I painted the whole thing white first, and then that was just a back mask.
Yeah, well, that's not how mine's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, I basically just figured it all out ahead of time.
I'm just figuring it out as I go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some of the black things in. I can't even put my stun hanger on the flaps because I don't know where that runs across the, I'll have to get this on painted, and I was gonna try to get the chickens on, and maybe paint the canopy and the red back there, and maybe the nose because there's a red stripe on the nose of the black outline. I don't know, but I kind of want to hide that.
Yeah. See if I can. This is what I'm doing tonight. I'm sanding the junk off of the controls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And how much do those weigh?
Oh, I don't know. I'll weigh them once I'm done sanding them. I'll let you know.
The bad, well, that's not funny, but the bad thing about it is, doesn't matter how much you sand it, it's still going to be heavy. You can strip it all off, and it's not going to be as light as it was new. I don't know why. I guess.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little heavier, but Bob Hunt refinished his Crossfire and it lost a half an ounce.
Yeah, but he changed some parts, I'll bet you.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm just doing it to be a good test bed. I'm gonna finish it nice, but we'll see.
I didn't get to molding that piece yet. I'll try to do it here shortly, next day.
That's all right. I'm gonna work on. I got a few other things that can hold me over for a couple days here. I'm trying to figure out. I'm doing this on my phone today, so we could hang out, but I don't know where to put this.
You need a phone holder.
Yeah.
Well, my camera, it's a high def, looks so much better than everybody else's. Does it look good on your end? Crystal clear?
Well, look, I watched the video from yesterday. It sure looked better than my camera, but it was just a webcam, built into the computer. I do think it upgrades the host. They make that the priority camera.
No, I turned your camera on through the whole video.
I know. I was like, well, that was a bummer. Nobody saw any of the things of Billy's airplane.
Oh, for some reason, those didn't save to my computer, so if you could, send them to me again.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Send them to my email instead of sending them over here.
Yeah, yeah. Wonder if I put it.
But I'm just tinkering in the shop tonight. There's so much to do.
Well, hey, I'm gonna start sanding. I'm gonna mute my camera because I'm sure people want to listen to me sand while you're doing it.
Okay, whatever.
All right, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna run this for about an hour, I guess.
Okay.
So anybody just joining, that's Chris Rudd. And I think I'm going to have a problem with this flap. It looks like the paint is going to come up. I'm going to have to hit it with a thinner. I'll bet you that paint comes up when I take this up. And that will make me upset, but there ain't nothing I can do about it. Anybody else come in the room? No? Chris Rudd, that's it. The sander. For you people who are in the live chat and want to watch Chris sand, all you have to do is on the bottom there where his window is, where you can see him on the camera, is click on it and it'll open up in your screen to watch him sand. Or then you, vice versa, you can just watch me or whatever. And to get out of that, you click on it again. Like if I'm running the show, so if I click on Chris like that, it shows up on my computer and it shows up on everybody's computer. So in order to get out of him, we click on him again, and whoever's talking is the camera that shows up on the screen. So anybody wants to just watch Chris, go ahead and click on him and you can see him. But this is kind of a neat way to share ideas. I just wish more people would get involved with it. But it's new. We'll see what happens. The YouTube modelers do a lot of this with the trains. They're every night for hours and hours and hours. So if you like trains and you want to see a live show, yeah, it's going to pull up. I'm going to have to hit it with the center. Try to melt it back down. Damn. It's either that or I'm going to have to refinish the whole flap. And I won't be happy on that. So we'll just hope we get lucky. And I'm going to heat it with a heat gun and lift it off gently. Maybe it'll come off without feeling the silk strand of paint off. Guess I didn't have enough thinner or something on that silk strand. And for those guys that are wondering what I'm talking about, when you when you lift the tape off, and you can see the underlying substrate bubble with the tape, you know you're going to have a problem. It has a adhesion problem. And if it was silver, it would have been off by now. So the fix is going to be, if I get this off without pulling any paint up, I'm going to heat it with a hair dryer or heat gun, monocoat gun, and get the tape off. And if I get it all off without taking any silk span up, I will take 100% thinner and shoot thinner on it and try to melt it all together. And that's a no guarantee either.
Hey, Sparky,
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch devices. I'm gonna go to my iPad. I forgot I have this old tripod mount. I'll call you back. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. So Chris Rudd has jumped out, and he'll be back in a second. I guess I need to turn notification sounds on. Okay, flap's done. We'll move over to the trailing edge of the wing, get that done, and then I will start laying out my stripe and get the XL on. So then I can paint the black, the Junar on. Email. Need to get Billy over there. We'll get Billy on here. Give us some of his teachings. Let me take these off. I'm just about 100% sure I'm going to have to repaint that flap. That's aggravating. So far, I haven't had any adhesion problems anywhere else on the airplane, but you just don't know. So yeah. Looks like I missed that tear. It's off the little corner on it, so I'm gonna have to get the scalpel. Ain't nothing fast about any of this stuff. If you you guys know what I mean. All right, that's done, and put 2 pieces of tape on. We'll lay out the top stripe, and I can lay the XL. These get black. I don't know, we might get the chicken on there anyway. Okay. So let's take the motor out of this thing. I think that would be a pretty wise thing to do. We got 2 in there now. Wrong driver. Okay. I think this one's too big. Too big, too small. Where are you? Huh. That's too small. I only got about 10,000 3/16 drivers. Where the heck did they go? Let me look over here. Now you're back.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Kinda. In and out. There you are.
How do I see myself?
I've lost my ball driver. I don't know what the heck happened to it.
That's the worst.
Usually this shit goes real fast. I guess I'll have to use the bent one. Put this little one over in here.
Hey Sparky, when I sand, tell me if it uses if it bounces to me or it stays on your angle.
If I do what now?
When I sand, does it switch to my angle or does it stay on yours?
Okay. It switches.
Okay, I'm gonna mute it then. Nobody wants to hear me sand.
Rusty. Yeah, I can tell you're watching when you're on, but now you're not. I don't know. So anyway, take the motor out of here, and we're going to lay that stripe, at least the first line. And get the chickens on there. You know, Chris, I tried one of those. put one of those carbon fiber spinners on this. Don't look good. Did not follow the line of.
Oh yeah.
I sanded it for this spinner here.
Well, they might make a needle nose. You never know.
I have both of them. They did not look good.
That's a bummer.
However, you know that I made those, right?
Oh no.
These are the spinners that I made. That's an exact copy of that. Are you still there? Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped for. Am I there now?
Yeah, I see it. This is an exact copy of this one.
Okay.
And this piece, I mean, I did it all. Let's see what it is.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Mike.
How's it going, Sparky?
Good. Okay, the Randy spinner piece weighs 40 grams. The piece I made weighs 20.
So it's half.
Yeah. I also
What do you make it
molded, huh? I also molded up a nose cone.
How come you're not using it?
I forgot about it.
That way too much like me.
I'll probably give it a try. You know, it all depends where it balances. That aluminum one looks so nice.
Straight stars.
What do you
Yeah,
got there? Mike, what do you got?
Some very ugly, trying to be quarter-inch spars for a Spitfire wing.
Wow.
You need some better light there, Mike.
Yep. Let me see what I can come up with here. Not looking real encouraging.
I'm gonna have to find me one of those $75 Casminato gas tanks too, I guess.
Yeah, you'll need one.
Any better?
No.
Pretty dark in this house. This house has no overhead lighting whatsoever.
Well, I like the stream, you know, the hangout a whole lot better than just streaming.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed our conversation the other night.
I don't know what's up with Chris.
I'm trying to get my Bluetooth speaker to work
Oh.
so I can hear you guys because I can't hear you very well when I say them. Technology.
I'd like to see some more people come in.
So, Mike, where are you from?
I live in a little coal mining community about 10 miles west of Trinidad, Colorado, which is at the far south end of I-25. It's about 11 miles from the New Mexico border.
Can you guys? Well,
What?
okay, you can hear me. I was wondering if you could hear me while I'm messing with this.
I can hear you, but I see your avatar. I don't see a camera.
Yeah. So, Mike, what do you mostly fly? Stunt, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I've been interested in stunt for years. My dad, I wound up, when I lost my dad the end of December a few years ago, I wound up inheriting a whole bunch of his airplane stuff, and he had done all forms, and the last few years have been radio controlled, but I've always been a stunt guy. We were part of a model airplane club in Boulder. We were the club basically for a while in Boulder that did a lot of control line, and I got to see a lot of stunt, and that's what I love.
Okay.
Is that you making those noises, Chris?
Something's making music.
Oh. I don't know. Am I making the noises?
I don't know. Can't hear them now.
Uh,
Okay.
hopefully mine isn't.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute mine. So I'm gonna stand.
Okay. Yep, it was him.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that line for the first stripe. So I got to look at it here on my viewer. Let's see what that looks like. So it's relatively close. So
This lighting is.
So, and I can't put this line in until I paint these checkerboards. So I'm going to have to paint them first. So let's get the chicken on it, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I get the chicken on it. He'll just be pecking on the muffler. And then match it up to the other side. I'll show you what I'm going to do here.
Oh, it's sure looking sharp, Sparky.
That's coming. So the chicken goes right here. And he pecks right on top of the muffler. So
I think that'll be sharp.
So I got to figure out. Drop them down a little bit. I guess. I know what I'll do. See, I like to index my stuff so that they're both exactly the same, so that I can run it up against the leading edge of the wing. That'll work. Okay. But they both got to be exactly the same. In order to do that. So we'll take them together.
Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going to do this? What are you?
Oh shit, well that don't matter. Oh yeah, it does. That's both the tail ends, yeah. So that's what we gotta do. You know, this model airplane stuff makes me think too hard. Okay, they're taped together and we want to index them the same. I think I'm going to have to mark it and then cut it because I can't. Okay, so now we'll cut it on that and the ruler will hold it down. I'm going to cut the vinyl off. Okay, for those who are not here in the chat right now, but will be watching it later on, what I've done is I've basically created an index mark where both the stencils are that far away from the end. And that doesn't matter either because when I pull that backing off, okay, so now what I got to do? I'm going, oh, I know. No problem. So we did that first, making me think too much. I'm going to get my clear tape. We'll put the clear on it. And I'll cut it off right at the edge so that the index mark is still usable. What's that?
Oh, I was talking to my dog staring out the window at something.
Staring at the cat.
That could be. This town's got a ton of feral cats. And he certainly doesn't like them much.
Somebody else just come in?
No, I think I just unmuted because I wanted to ask. Mike, I think I missed. What type of airplanes do you have?
Have none built right now, in the process of building a Spitfire Mark 8 stunt ship from out of Aeromodeler in 1960.
Wow.
Which has been a real challenge.
Too bad you don't live close. I'd give you something. I got lots of them here.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a challenge after being away from building as long as I had. It's probably been, I had started to get back involved a little bit in the 90s for about a year or two, but never got anything accomplished.
Okay.
And when we were flying was in the 60s, early 70s. So I'm 50, I'll be 58 next Friday, so I've been away from it for a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're back. It's fun.
I'm glad I'm back. I'm enjoying it.
I got the chicken on.
All right.
Can you stop calling it a chicken?
That's what it is.
Only time I heard that term used before on those was that bird on the Firebird or Trans Am hood was called a thunder chicken, I think, by some people.
Well, since a bird hit this airplane,
Yeah.
When I redo the finish, it's going to have a bunch of sparrows going up the right wing panel. and then it's got a big falcon that's attacking it from the top.
That sounds cool.
It's going to be a little ridiculous, but it fits it. And it's going to have a big BS on it for birdshot.
That sounds like it'd be sharp. It sounds like a lot of work to make it work.
Well, the nice thing about this program is I just find clip art online, and I just stick it in the program, and it cuts it out for me, and I stick it on the airplane and spray it.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, well, you got the same machine I got, right?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, that's a good way to do things, and that's how I did like the Max B and some of that stuff. But when you vector it, you're not vectoring it right because makes a double cut. So you got to cut down the pen width. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's actually not from that. It's from when Cinna made the Illustrator files.
Yeah.
He didn't do it exactly the way I needed it to, so it kind of screwed them all up a little bit.
Yeah, because I discussed it a little bit in part of this tape where I had to go around and pick out all those little hairs,
Yeah. He for some reason the file double spaced or something. So there's
No,
two cuts.
that's not what it does. He set it the line width. If you're going to set your draw line, should be at 3 pixel, not at 6 pixel. That makes it double.
Yeah. It cut twice though.
Right.
Yeah.
You make it at 6 pixel, it'll cut twice because your stylus is only 3 pixels wide.
Oh, okay. So I need to ask him to do it at 3. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I figured that out pretty quick.
It
Now
wasn't
that
a big
Newman, that thunder chicken that he's got, whatever you call that bird, he sent me the file to do that, to cut that, and I couldn't cut it because it was cutting it at 5 times. It was so jagged, it was terrible. So I wasted a half a roll of vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my.
What vinyl?
That adds up in a hurry, I'm sure.
What type of vinyl are you using, Sparky?
Low tack painter's mask.
It's blue. I've never seen it blue before. Mine's white.
What's that?
Mine's white. I just didn't know why. But it's just probably the same material. It's just a painter's mask.
You can use shelf paper. Hang on just a second, guys.
I probably should have remembered which one was the top and which one was the bottom.
You calling me? What do you want? Yeah, what do you got? Okay. You heat it up? Okay, I'll be down in a second. You guys keep talking or whatever. I gotta go down and get my spaghetti.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to shut the channel off. It's been on an hour, but we can let it run.
So how'd you find Sparky on here, Bob or Mike?
I just saw the YouTube channel and then joined Stunt Hanger.
Okay.
And back when I was involved with Control Line, there was no such thing as Pampa, so I've joined them
Okay.
last 2 years.
Well, if you ever have any problems with your access, let me know. I'm the webmaster.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of was way late in life learning computer and decided I was going to go to school on the VA to get a degree or a associate of science in graphic design. So
Okay.
I definitely got immersion in depth in a hurry on a computer. I'm a Mac guy for a reason. It makes a whole lot more intuitive sense to me.
Yeah, I'm a Mac guy too. I run a marketing company, so I work with a lot of graphic designers.
Oh, cool.
I'm a mechanic. I use a 286 with a hammer. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, I got lucky. I know that this is the left because I found my 10 initials on it.
Sometimes we do get lucky. I think I'll be back in a second. I'm going to go try and grab some stuff and start cutting some ribs, I guess.
All right. I guess nobody's curious like what I'm doing. I cut the hinges just like normal when you take something off an airplane, and now I'm just gonna slide my X-Acto knife down the sides of the hinges and pop them out. Just for some reason, some of them are easier and some of them are harder. Decently, good. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't want to push it into the...
Okay, let's see what we can find here. Get over there. See if I can find one that's decently shaped.
Well, I just pushed a hinge into the elevator. Now I've got to decide how I'm cutting that out. If I'm going to cut it out.
Do my best case scenario. Yeah, in talking with Sparky earlier, this will be fourth time's a charm with this wing, hopefully.
Well, is it an actual elliptical wing?
Somewhat. Let me see if I can find that magazine it's in.
Whoa. All right, well, I had to cut a hinge out. So now I'm just going to try to glue this back in as best I can here.
Coming out of a magazine that I was 2.5 years old when it came out.
You said you're 58?
Next Friday I'll be 58.
Yeah, I think so you're exactly 30 years older than me. And that would make it 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Right? The plane's 32 years older than me?
Yep. Yep, it is. There's kind of the picture of it, if you can. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's almost, they try to look real scale with it.
Yeah, I can see it.
When I showed that to Sparky, he said it almost looks like the Thunderbird plane form. It's not true elliptical, but there's the other.
Well, I just had a disaster.
Yeah.
Had some spaghetti in a box similar to this. Was all heated up, ready to go. I took it out of the microwave and all fell out on the floor.
Oh, dear.
So now it's macaroni and cheese. But I'm going to heat it up here so I don't have to bring it up.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Oh, what have I got I can draw with? This one's closest.
Yeah, I get sold out.
Of course not.
Where's your shop at, Chris? Is it in the basement?
My garage. I got two-stall garage that's unattached. I took it over. And the whole thing is all airplanes. There's nothing else in here. I have 4 benches and a lot of mess.
I like that paint. I like the paint stand. You can just turn around and round and round.
Yeah, and then I got another one that I have another one here that I use. I can do 2 airplanes at once. Do this one, just a movable stand.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is I got an AC unit and then I got a big heater and a dehumidifier. So when I'm painting, it can be raining outside. I can crank the heat so it dries faster and have the air conditioning running to dehumidify. So it works really good. Not a lot of ventilation, but it works.
Yeah, sounds like a nice setup.
Yeah, my wife wants to park her car in here eventually. I
No.
told her once I get 3 airplanes deep, I'll slow down, but I keep crashing them, so I'm only one right now.
Park your car in the shop, huh?
Well, I mean, it's a garage, so the garage door opens and everything. I've only smashed 2 gear doors by opening the garage door. I'm pretty good at remembering not to smash them because when I'm painting, I hang all the auxiliary parts on the ceiling here, and sometimes I forget to take them down.
Oops. That's called oops.
Yeah, it's only happened. I think it's happened once, and I caught it at the last minute, so it just had bent. It just had broke one piece. I'm gonna make a different mount. So.
Well, I'm gonna work on my other side, put the tile in and get it all squared away. Maybe take that wall out you can see on the left-hand side there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rusty K. He's gone. So I think we got 2 people viewing and 3 people in here, so there's 5 views going on right now, I think.
Cool.
Who are the other people? Do you know?
I can't tell. They're viewing it from YouTube.
From where?
YouTube. They're just watching it on YouTube. They're not on Google Plus.
Oh, okay.
I gotta eat, guys, so.
Okay.
Macaroni and cheese. Oh boy. Could have been spaghetti, but it's on the floor.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of color changing of the guns for me to get this all sprayed, Chris.
Yeah.
And I think my flaps are going to pull the silk span off when I take the tape up.
Why?
I guess I didn't get enough thinner on them.
You know what doesn't ever pull up?
What's that?
Carbon doesn't ever pull up. We can choose to disagree on that one.
Yeah. I'll just use Z-epoxy. How I can tell is when I pull the fine line tape up, it leaves little blisters, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to have to be really careful. I think what I'm going to do is when I get that, if I can get all the paint on it and get it off without touch-up, I'll shoot straight thinner on it before I clear it. Try to burn it in. You don't have a block?
I'm just getting a few pieces of the carbon. I sanded it with a block the whole time, but there's just a few pieces that are still there I'm trying to get rid of. I know I'm going to have a little bit of a low spot, but I was just trying to see how much I could get away with. It's kind of got a little bit of a starved horse thing going on.
I can see it on the elevator hanging on the airplane, on the stabilizer.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit.
I hate that. I hate it.
I'm letting it go. I'm not just trying to go for 17 points. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, I'll remember that if I'm judging next year.
You told me you were flying.
Yeah, I think I'll fly.
Well, you're welcome to give me more.
What?
You're welcome to give me more.
What'd I give you this year?
17.
When I did the judging at the Nats this year, I didn't really go by what's a 17, what's a 16. I just went by rows and then put the numbers down.
Yeah.
And I didn't make an all-day project out of something simple either.
What'd you say?
I didn't make an all-day project out of something simple either.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are in and out of there.
It used to aggravate me really bad. I think in 04 or 05 or 06, maybe it was 06, I bet they were in there 3 hours.
They gotta look like they really tried.
We were done after the pilot, and the pilot meeting took forever, drawing them ping pong balls and all that other nonsense. And so that was 2 hours long. And then when we came out, it was still an hour waiting on them to get out of there.
Oh, gee. That sounds like a long day.
It was a long day. Well, the night before was even longer for me this year because I had crashed the plane that morning, so I had to sit and the night before, so I had to sit and sand and buff because I hadn't even sanded the clear coat on that take apart until the night before appearance. So it was a long evening of sanding and buffing.
Yeah, it sounded like you had kind of a rough year for airplanes last year.
Well, yeah, this year hasn't been much better.
Oh boy.
I hit a bird the day before appearance points.
Ooh.
So that's what this airplane is. I'm refinishing it. All right, Sparky. The elevator is half an ounce.
That's right.
Sounds good.
Seems a little heavier than it was before, but
So
it's got all the finishing resin on it.
that's a 3-ounce elevator stabilizer with horns and hinges.
Yeah, well, it wasn't originally. I wonder if I should just rebuild these.
Get yourself a piece of 1/2-inch wood from Morris, cut them out, sand them up, and they'll be lighter. Quarter ounce. If you got a 1/2 ounce there, let's measure one of mine. Now this is a solid piece. It's finished and it has the hinges in it. .85.
What is it?
0.85.
Finished with hinges in it. Wow.
That's heavier. I mean,
I should have waited before I stripped it.
well, I don't know. I'm still eating. I don't know who's in the room. There's 2 watching and 2 watchers and 2 participants. We've been on about an hour. I do not know how the fly got up here. There's a fly up here pestering me.
Uh-oh. Okay, where did I put my pen?
Chris, have you seen my movies that I edit? Do you think they're better than the screens?
The what?
My movies that I edit, where I do the multiple camera angles, do you think they're better than the screens?
I think that you're a little more focused when you don't do the stream. But, you know, the one thing is going to be is like, when I'm not working on like a finishing thing, when I'm actually building something, it'd be interesting if you were finishing while I was building, you know, and we were talking about what we were doing. But like, right now you're masking and I'm, you know, sanding. It'd be
Right.
the most interesting things in the, well, yours is more interesting than mine is what I'm saying. So you could cover multiple things though at the same time though. It'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of fun. I think people.
No, I'm enjoying it.
Go ahead.
Well, let's see if I get the ticket on there.
Oh my.
What do you think of the Schultz shirt?
What?
The Don Schultz t-shirt I was gonna put up. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's on the forum in memory of Don Schultz. It's on the bottom. Top. So, as soon as I get this here, I'm going to mask this off, and I'm going to shoot the black on this so I can lay out the red. And I'll probably call it a night. That's pretty close. You only see one side at a time anyway.
Yeah, I kind of eyeballed it too. I picked off on the cowl line and the back of the backside of the cowl, and then the top of the cowl. I just measured a certain distance from it, and measured a certain distance from the spinner. So I just kind of triangulated those 3 points.
Well, I made index marks that went up against the leading edge for how back it went.
Oh, okay.
I got it pretty close. I had to have something up here. You beat Billy this year, didn't you?
Yeah.
I bet he wasn't happy about that.
I think he was more concerned about the other people that beat him than me. Everybody was pretty close in the top, 10. Besides, the team. Now I can officially say I beat every person in one round, at least once in my life, from the U.S. I got Paul and David in the first round of the team trials by a little bit, and then I got Orestes on the second round. Then all 3 of them beat me the following round. Then I got Billy this last year.
Yeah, but the trick is you got to put it all together.
Yeah, you got to get them all together, and you got to keep your planes in the air.
Hunt told me there's a lot of luck in this. The cars just got to fall exactly right.
Well, I think there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, me and Brett Buck both flew really early in round 1. And everything went up after that. So, I'm not complaining. It was a good time. Especially for switching to your backup built plane. I'm happy with the way things turned out.
Yeah, but you did that. You did real good at the team trials with an airplane that you borrowed.
Yeah, but it was actually in trim. It had 3,500 flights on it. This one only had 100. And I had 2 weeks to fly it versus 3 days.
I'm not sure if the 75s are going to be ready from Randy before next year. So Gary has a 75 that I can borrow, and I might build the other one of these for a 75, but that engine's even heavier than a Super Tiger.
It's about the same, isn't it? I think Billy said his was, well, he's got magnesium parts.
I got all them too.
Like, you do have magnesium parts?
I got a back plate, a head, and a drive washer.
How much you want for those?
They're not for sale.
What about for rent? You're a good pal.
Well, I have to dig them out. I might load them to you.
Randy said he might be making some, so if he makes them, then don't worry about it. But Billy's weighs 11.8 with the mag parts.
Yeah, that motor's 13 ounces. It's more than a Super Tiger 60. Randy says, no, it's not. You know how he gets real defensive.
Well, Billy told me that his is 11.8.
Yeah, but Billy's got all the mag parts on it. I'll guarantee he's been filing on it.
No, all he did was mag parts, he told me. He doesn't lie to his son.
My homemade paper holder.
How'd you do that? Just PVC?
Yeah.
I need to make one of those. That thing is.
What's that?
I gotta make me one of those. That's a good idea. I need to make a tape dispenser, and I need to make one of those. The
That
other
was
one
my
was.
airplane hauler. I got tired of carrying the airplane hauler around. I said, you know what? We'll turn it into a paper dispenser. You been looking at the forum much lately?
Not really. I had a very busy day. Very busy. I was out of town until Monday night, or until Tuesday night.
I can't believe how many people I got using DC 540 now.
It's a good product.
They owe me a big commission.
Oh yeah, there's so many of us control line pilots, you know.
I know they're buying lots of it.
I probably go through about 10, probably about 20 cans a year.
How many coats of clear dope do you have on your airplane, or you just went straight to urethane?
Hard to say because what I did was I just sprayed over the lines a few times, you know, the paint lines. So I'm gonna make another one of those stabs that I've been doing that I know you don't like.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said you're wasting your time.
That's the same thing.
Yeah. And tell Tom Morris you want some sparky 3-pound wood, and Bill just carve you a solid one out of that. It'll be lighter.
He's been taking care of me. I call him and he gives me a pretty darn good wood. He weighs everything. I tell him what I want. He ran out a good 16th on me though.
This wing's all made at 3/32.
Why'd you do that?
What?
Why'd you do the ribs out of that?
Because it was lighter than the 16th.
Oh, that you had?
Yeah, good wood. The whole wing together was 5 ounces. I think with the tips and the flaps and everything, it was at 10 ounces. You know, bell crank tips, everything. Oh, that was covered too. This is silk span. It's not poly span.
Yeah, I do it all out of silk too. You use Brodak light or medium?
I had old triple lot.
Oh, okay. You get some good stuff.
Yeah. A&S triple lot. I think I'm gonna figure out how to make me a tape dispenser that dispenses the paper out, the tape already on the paper.
When you figure out how to do that, let me know. I'll do it too.
I don't see a big problem doing it. Super chicken.
You just make my chicken beef chicken. Hey, I don't think it's switching from views. I think it's staying on yours.
No.
Oh, it isn't?
Nope, I see you, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Whatever's talking is where it switches to.
Didn't like it. Why you putting it on your airplane?
Why not? Used to know that song. What the hell? Something when you're in danger.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh, I'm trying, now you got me trying to think what that is. It sounds really familiar.
Call for super chicken.
I'm gonna make us some T-shirts that say Super Chicken Squad or something.
That's kind of cool.
When you feel that you're in danger. I can't remember.
Almost sounded like that Mighty Mouse theme or something.
It is. It's very close. Let me look at this picture here again. I think I can get that USA on the back. It's basically in the middle, right at the line there. We're going to shut this down, I think, about 11 o'clock.
What time is it now?
10:30.
All right.
Yeah, that'll work. It'd be nice if somebody else would join in once in a while.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, everybody's gonna have cameras in their computers in their shops. Normally, I'm watching a good TV show. Maybe we should get that as the fourth person. We can all be watching the same TV show too.
I got Donald Trump on right now.
What's the Donald saying now?
His rally, it hasn't started yet. Yeah, it's a rebroadcast of his rally today. I tried to lay the canopy out on here, and I put it on twice, and I didn't like it.
are you gonna do?
I'll get it on there somehow. Ever how many times it takes to get on there, it takes what it takes.
I think with me, it skips showing me up because I'm in the dark.
Oh yeah.
No, whoever's talking is the screen that it switches to.
All right, so I'll talk for a second. So I got my sheet all made up. I'm gonna put it in some water, let it soak for 30 minutes, wrap it around a piece of foam, and have my second part of my loft foam stab. And then I'm gonna keep sanding my flaps.
Hmm. I guess I'm being too quiet. It don't want to switch to me for some reason, Spark.
You're on now.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Anytime you're talking, I can see you.
Yeah.
Except
I
you're-
definitely have got to do something with lighting in this stupid dining room. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very black. You can't really see it. In here, right overhead, there's 4 fluorescents, and in the other room there's 12 fluorescents. So
Oh, wow. I'm not a huge fan of fluorescents, but they drive my eyes crazy.
You can see your mistakes better.
when you're threatened by a stranger and you think that you're in danger, how the hell does that go? I'll remember here. And you'll take a licking. What do? You call for super chicken.
Oh, my. Somewhere I've got one that's in
That's a really old cartoon.
Yep.
When you think that you're in danger and you're threatened by a stranger.
Do you do your trim with a regular spray gun, or do you use an airbrush?
Airbrush.
Okay.
Unless it's a big, if I was doing a back mask, I would, paint it with a paint gun.
Yeah, I just decided whether it's how much work it's going to be to mask it, and then if it needs to be a really even color or not.
Well, what I have found is if you don't mask it, you'll wish you did. I really like the tinfoil method, but heck, I can't afford that.
Yeah, I used to use tinfoil a lot, but I've learned that with the cutting tool, it eliminates a lot of that. I still use it like around the fuselage, but it's really hard to get around those compound corners with regular paper.
Well, tinfoil, I don't know how much it is a roll, but this roll here was $15 for 10 million miles.
I know. You get it? Where do you get it from?
The auto body paint store.
I've been getting stuff from Ace that's been pretty good.
I was, before anybody came on, I was making mention of having a stencil cutter, you know, how nice it is. 'Cause
It's a miracle worker.
before, you know, I used to cut them out by hand or tape them off or hand letter them.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I've got all the quills and all the striping brushes and all that shit. I did some sign painting when I was younger. But this, I go over the computer, and in 10 seconds, I got a pattern made up, spit it out, and stick it on, and it's perfect. Can't beat it. Oh. Talked to Bob McDonald lately?
I talked to him today.
What's he building?
He's building one of these.
You have, next time you talk to him, have him make me up one of them adjustable platforms and a push rod, would you?
Yeah, I'll mention it to him. Yeah, he made me some engine mount pads that are interchangeable for the 65, 61, 75. The pads change out of the airplane. And they're with the engine mounts too. So the engine mount stays the same.
I got some titanium, and you wouldn't believe how much lighter they are than the aluminum. Or maybe I'm not sure. They're hard as hell and lighter than the aluminum pad.
Yeah.
That sounds like titanium.
I'm trying to find somebody who can make me a titanium horn. But I don't know of anybody. So do you? I'd pay for it too.
You think I ought to do any more of those interviews like I did?
How are the views?
About 4,000.
Who else would you interview?
Ted Thatcher, Brett Buck, Paul Walker. Well, I already did Paul Walker. I don't know.
I'd be interested to hear what Brett and Ted had to say. I'll tell you the most interesting one was probably, well, one of the most interesting. I really like Paul's.
I thought Howard Rush's was pretty good. But the most fun one was Shug Emery.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's also a clown. It isn't very hard.
He ran away to become a circus clown, every kid's dream. I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer on this video. Boring.
Boring?
Really?
Well, you're supposed to be the one that's got all the answers.
Ask a question, I'll give you an answer.
You're supposed to know the questions, too.
It's very hard to talk for an hour with nothing to say.
You could call it Three Guys Sanding. Everybody can watch.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I'm doing now, trying to shape up some ribs.
Sparky, your dad flew, right? That's how you got into this?
Yeah. My dad had an Ambroid Aries that was way too heavy.
Are the other two people still here? Do they get bored with us?
There's 4 of us watching right now. Three talking, 1 watching on the stream on YouTube.
Well, hopefully we haven't bored them to tears.
But I think they'll
I don't say much.
I see a couple of spots I'm going to have to go over on the fillets that are kind of bubbling. I know how to stop that. Shoot it with urethane.
Stop what?
Bubbling fillets.
Yeah, I got a couple bubbles on a fillet. Poke a hole in it, push it down, and shoot it with clear urethane. I might do that too. I don't want to. A whole lot of shit.
I think people would listen to those. People would listen to. I think people would be interested in more of those interviews. They were my favorite thing so far.
Michael Mallard.
It's Millard, but
Millard.
yeah.
Okay. And you're gonna take a licking. What do you do? Where does Cena live anyway?
Where?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's in Texas. I met him in Minnesota, and I thought that's where he was from. But he's a graphic designer, and he moved maybe to New York for a little bit or something. I don't really remember.
I met him in Iowa.
Yeah, sick.
Right.
When I was a beginner, we flew against each other, and he beat me. He got first, and I got third. That's sick. Long time ago.
I missed that contest. All this business, you know, I made this mention too. I've been working on taping this up for 3 hours now. It'll take less than 2 minutes to spray this.
But if you don't do the 2 to 3 hours of putting the paper on it, it doesn't come out right.
Still is mind-boggling though.
Aggravating. More the word.
How do you hold your cowl when you paint it?
With the forceps.
Forceps?
Yeah. I use the one bolt method and the one dowel pin method. I just
Okay.
hold on to it with the bolt, you know, spray it.
Okay, yeah. I've always had I just run it right through the bolt hole and I just put it into a piece of plywood that I hang.
Oh, that's it. When you think that you're in danger and you're threatened by a stranger and you're gonna take a licking, what do? You call for super chicken.
Oh my.
Remember that?
Somewhat. Vaguely.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's before your time, Chris.
I don't remember.
You ever see the Leave It to Beaver model airplane episode?
No.
I don't remember me even seeing that ever. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah. Beaver was starting an engine in the garage, and it was his friend's engine or something. And he went to the hobby shop and he bought an airplane on credit. And I think it was like $1.95 or something or other. I don't know. And they flew it in a contest, and
Oh, wow.
it was a cool episode. You can probably find it on YouTube.
Was it controlling?
Yes.
They didn't do a whole lot of radio when that program was around.
No.
Pioneering days.
What's that?
It was just in its pioneering days, pretty much.
Was it a barnstormer? Does anybody know what the first controlling airplane was?
Fire Baby or the Jim Walker Fire Baby or something like that.
Pretty much, I think. I thought at one point there was some kind of dispute about that with Stanzel, though, with the monoline, too. I don't know. Jim Walker definitely made control line the big deal.
Well, there's another guy who designed the bell crank that there was a big patent dispute over that. I don't know exactly. Obi St. Clair.
Huh.
Obi St. Clair.
And I'm sure Mr. Walker came out on the winning end on that, probably. I don't know.
If you Google Obi St. Clair, it'll still say, father of control line, I think.
Oh. Hmm.
I think that's the guy's name.
I may have to look that up. That'd be interesting. Getting back involved lately, I remembered as kids with that club, my dad even had my mom flying control line, and he had her fly was an old Walker Firecat. That was kind of a cool airplane, actually. You don't see it all that often.
Jim Lee has an old-time, I guess it's old-time stunt airplane that I really like. It's called a Hummingbird.
Hmm.
And I always thought if you blew it up and changed the wing a little bit, I like the look of it. You could make a nice, PA airplane out of it. So I only have so much time in life to build all. I can't build everything.
Yeah. When I got bit by this bug about a year or two ago, I bought way more got more plans and stuff than I have time to build right now. That's for sure.
Back before you were a member of Stunt Hanger, I built a Aries from start to finish in 11 days.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I
didn't take my dad any 11 days, about at least a year.
I won the Spirit of 62 with it too award.
That's
Pretty nice airplane. I sold it to Mike Schmidt. No, Dennis Bannister. Okay, we are taped up good enough to paint, I think.
All right.
The first part. Yep, I can get this done anyway. I'll do the flats separate. Okay, so get out the airbrush.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Hey, that airplane looks familiar. You're gonna cut the ducktail off of it?
I don't know yet.
Take a quarter, put it up there, draw around it, and cut it off. That's what I did.
I'm thinking about making it just a straight end.
A straight what?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll cut it off for you, Sparky. You can
Get
give
a
me the
quarter.
mold. If you can give me the mold by the end of the week, I'll cut the ducktail off.
It ain't happening.
They definitely are a pretty design. I like them.
Yeah, they're definitely. I like it too.
What do you know? It's already mixed up.
Saves you a little work.
Hey, you think I should cut these fuel lines out, or put them back in later, or finish around them? Sparky, can you see
What's
these?
that?
My pressure lines.
What about it?
You think I should finish around them or pop them out and put them back in when I'm done, like I normally do?
Oh, take them out. Take them out.
That was way easier than I thought it would be. It popped out just like that. Just one hit.
How far did you go out with the shear web on the spar? Out to the end of the landing gear?
Yeah. Yeah, the one bay pass, but I have carbon all the way across the spar, all the way up to here. It ain't going anywhere.
Okay, let's paint up this black. See what it looks like. Oopsie. Oopsie.
See?
Yeah.
I got tape off into one of the squares.
Oh my.
Well, that's not fun.
No big deal.
I got my mold all done. Well, we'll be done here. So now it's just time for lots and lots of weight.
Okay. I'm gonna have to fill this up again. Yep, fill it up again. I'm gonna have to put the airbrush hangers on this bench too. Oh, I'm glad I didn't paint this side yet. Yeah. Damn. When you think that you're in danger and you're threatened by a stranger, you're gonna take a licking. Oh boy.
Anyhow. Well, I'd like to get this finished before I cut the string off.
I think I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stay up a little bit and try to get some more ribs cut. I'm not going to be up long.
This is cutting into my Donald Trump fix.
Uh-oh. Can't have that.
Okay. Yeah, I need a I have to get one here. Let's see if we can find it. Nope, don't have none in there. None in there. How about over here? Oh yeah. Man, I got some hairbrush. Yeah, shit. There we go. Now I need some nails. Need some of them little nails. Did Chris get out? Yeah, look like he
Yeah, I think.
he left. I think I'm gonna cut it off.
Okay. We'll touch base with you later, Sparky.
All right, I'll probably be on tomorrow night.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
I'm just going to cut me some more of these ribs, and I'll be calling it quits tonight, too.
Okay, Mike, have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.